What you're about to see is not tourism. It's collective madness, fire in the streets, and traditions so wild they'll make you question reality. Mexico isn't just beaches and tacos. It's a country where lovers scream songs at balconies at midnight, skeletons strut through parades, and people turn traffic jams into dance floors like it's the end of the world. Culture or chaos. Some call it passion, others pure insanity. But one thing's for sure, if you haven't walked these streets, you don't know the real Mexico. Get ready, because this is going to blow your mind. Fact number 15. The lipstick code of Mexican beauty. In Mexico, beauty walks boldly, and often in bright red lipstick. Across the country, from bustling cities to tiny pueblos, you'll see women embracing dramatic makeup with absolute pride. But it's more than just a look. It's a cultural statement. The classic Mexican beauty aesthetic is vibrant, fierce, and unapologetically feminine. Thick eyeliner, sculpted brows, radiant blush, and a strong, passionate lip color, usually in shades of red, wine, or hot pink. This isn't about vanity. It's about presence, about saying I'm here without uttering a word. And yes, it starts early. Many young girls grow up watching their mothers, tias, or abuelas putting on makeup like a sacred ritual. It's passed down through generations, just like recipes or family songs. There's power in the routine, in the transformation, in the confidence that blooms with every stroke of mascara. Even at street markets, you'll find entire stalls dedicated to cosmetics, tiny mirrors, palettes of glittering eyeshadows, and lipsticks in every bold shade imaginable. There's something theatrical and fearless in how Mexican women present themselves to the world. And don't think this is reserved for special occasions. You'll see women glowing like this at the supermarket, in public transport, even flipping tortillas at a taqueria. It's everyday glam, and it's electric. This isn't just fashion, it's identity, a silent rebellion against subtlety, a celebration of curves, color, and character. In a world that often demands women to tone it down, Mexican beauty culture turns the volume up. So next time you're in Mexico, pay attention to the faces around you. They don't just wear makeup, they wear fire. Fact number 14. Parties that literally explode. The firework madness. In Mexico, parties don't end with fireworks. They begin with them. And we're not talking about a gentle sparkle in the sky. We're talking about torritos, castillos, and entire streets lighting up in what feels like a controlled explosion of madness. The torrito is a handcrafted bull-shaped frame packed with fireworks. A brave soul straps it on their back and runs through the crowd, while firecrackers erupt in every direction. Sparks fly, people scream, music blares, and somehow nobody stops dancing. It's dangerous, it's loud, it's completely legal, and everyone loves it. Then there's the castillo, or castle, a towering structure made entirely of fireworks. Once lit, it begins spinning, screaming, and shooting colored fire into the air, layer by layer. These contraptions can be over 5 meters tall, often built by local artisans who treat the process like sacred art. The grand finale? A fiery image of the Virgin Mary, or a heart-shaped explosion of light. You'll find these pyrotechnic spectacles in town fairs, saint celebrations, Independence Day fiestas, and sometimes even at small family gatherings. In places like Tultepec, entire festivals are dedicated to fireworks, where artisans compete to outdo each other in explosive brilliance. It's not just about the visuals, it's about the adrenaline. There's a thrill in standing just meters away from flying fire, your heart pounding as flames dance above your head. Kids laugh, elders cheer, and no one pulls out their phone. They're too busy living it. So yes, in Mexico, parties can and do explode. Comment with number 14 if you dare to stand under a raining castillo just once in your life. Fact number 13. Public affection? Prepare for telenovela-level drama. Walk through any plaza in Mexico and you'll see it. Couples locked in embraces so intense, you'd think they were auditioning for a soap opera. Public affection isn't just accepted here, it's practically part of the scenery. Teenagers kiss on benches like they're in the final scene of a romance movie. Adults hold hands, whisper sweet nothings, and lean on each other with zero shame. In parks, under trees, on busy sidewalks, love is on full display, and no one bats an eye. It's not unusual to see a young man gently stroking his girlfriend's hair, or a couple slow dancing to a nearby street musician. Even in public transport, you'll find couples nestled into each other like the rest of the world doesn't exist. And honestly, it's kind of beautiful. This open affection goes hand in hand with Mexican culture's passion-driven spirit. Love here is loud, expressive, and worn on the sleeve. People don't hide their feelings behind walls or wait for privacy. They celebrate them openly, in real time. And while outsiders might feel like they're intruding on something too personal, locals know the difference between affection and impropriety. It's not vulgar, it's vibrant. A kiss here isn't a secret, it's a promise made in public. In fact, many relationships start in public spaces. A serenade in the street, a flirty glance at the market, a rose handed out of a car window. Romance breathes in Mexico's open air. So if you're wandering through a Mexican city and stumble upon a couple tangled in love beneath a jacaranda tree, don't stare, just smile. Fact number 12. The unspoken rules of cantinas and tequila toasts. Walk into a traditional Mexican cantina and you're stepping into another universe, one ruled by unwritten codes, bottomless tequila, and stories thick as cigar smoke. This isn't your average bar. It's a sacred space where laughter, heartbreak, and music flow like mezcal. First, never rush. A cantina is about time. You don't chug, you sip. You don't just drink, you talk. And you don't come alone. You come with a story to tell, or at least ears ready to listen. The walls are often covered in yellowing photos, neon beer signs, and murals of old movie stars or revolutionaries. The furniture creaks. The lighting is dim. The energy? Electric. There's always someone singing along to a ranchera, someone clinking glasses, someone dancing with a stranger they met 5 minutes ago. And about those tequila shots? Forget the lime and salt. That's for tourists. Real locals take it straight, warm, and with respect. Every toast, salud, carries meaning. You toast to the living, the dead, the loves you lost, the dreams you still chase. One sip can be a celebration or a farewell. Some cantinas offer free snacks, botanas, with your drink, pickled veggies, beans, or mini tacos. Others have waiters in bow ties serving shots with the elegance of a 5-star restaurant. And if a mariachi group walks in, sit back. The night's about to get unforgettable. These places are loud, gritty, romantic, and deeply alive. They're where generations of stories have been told, where secrets have been shared, where hearts have been broken and healed in the same booth. Fact number 11. Street markets that never sleep. In Mexico, the real heartbeat of a city isn't in shopping malls, it's in the chaos of its mercados. These street markets don't just open early, some never close, and they don't just sell food, they sell everything your eyes can imagine and more. Picture rows of stalls bursting with fruits so bright they look photoshopped, pyramids of mangoes, limes, avocados, chili peppers in every shade of fire. But just a few steps away, the scene changes completely. Shelves of herbs for love spells, candles shaped like saints, and bottles of mysterious liquids promising luck, protection, or revenge. You'll hear shouting, laughter, music, and the occasional barking dog. You'll see vendors slicing cactus, frying quesadillas on sizzling griddles, or sewing a customer's jeans on a vintage sewing machine right there on the sidewalk. It's fast, it's noisy, it's impossible to look away. In markets like La Merced in Mexico City or Benito Juarez in Oaxaca, the energy is wild. Stalls spill into the streets, traffic halts for a woman selling lottery tickets. A child runs by holding a bag of fried crickets, and no one blinks. The vendors are masters of multitasking. They can hold a baby, count change, and sell you the best tlayuda you've ever had without breaking a sweat. Bargaining? It's expected, but do it with charm. Smile, joke, flirt. Here, prices are flexible, but respect is non-negotiable. And the smell, dear God, the smell is a mix of grilled meats, fresh tortillas, perfume, incense, and burning plastic. Somehow it works. These markets aren't just places to shop. They're living organisms, a little messy, a little magical, and completely unforgettable. Fact number 10. Beach parties with rituals, fire, and moonlight madness. On the coasts of Mexico, when the sun sets and the full moon rises, something wild begins. The beaches come alive, not with waves, but with drums, bonfires, and barefoot dancers spinning in the sand. These aren't just parties. They're rituals of freedom, soaked in sweat, music, and moonlight. In places like Tulum, Zipolite, and Sayulita, beach gatherings blend ancient energy with modern madness. Picture fire dancers twirling flaming sticks as deep house beats shake the palm trees. A shaman might be blessing a circle of strangers with sage while just meters away, someone's popping champagne in the ocean. You'll see bodies painted in neon, glowing under UV lights, crystal sellers laying out stones for energy cleansing, dreadlocked DJs playing tribal rhythms from huts made of driftwood. It's spiritual, it's sensual, and it's totally unscripted. Some of these parties are spontaneous. Someone brings speakers, house, someone else lights a fire, and suddenly you're dancing with people from 10 countries who feel like family. Others are planned, with lineups of international DJs, sacred cacao ceremonies, and sunrise meditations to recover from the chaos. And here's the twist. People come not just to party, but to transform, to let go, to cry, to kiss, to howl at the moon. It's Burning Man, Beach Edition, infused with the deep soul of Mexican tradition. Locals mix with travelers. Healers offer Reiki. Strangers share mezcal from the bottle. And somewhere in the background, the ocean crashes endlessly, as if cheering everyone on. It's not a club. It's not a rave. It's a moment. And if you're there, you'll never forget it. Fact number 9. Living altars and skeletons. In the streets, Dia de Muertos. Every year, as October fades into November, Mexico transforms into a land of glowing altars, marigold carpets, and skeletons smiling on every corner. Dia de Muertos isn't just a tradition. It's a full-on street spectacle of life, death, and love that will leave you speechless. Walk through a Mexican city during this time, and you'll see ofrendas, beautiful altars decorated with candles, sugar skulls, photos of departed loved ones, and their favorite foods. These aren't hidden away in private homes. They're proudly displayed in plazas, schools, markets, even banks and bus stations. It's like the entire country stops to remember, celebrate, and welcome the dead back home. And then come the cantinas, elegant skeleton ladies dressed in ball gowns, feathers, lace, and hats. People paint their faces to look like skulls, but somehow it's beautiful. The vibe isn't scary, it's enchanting. Couples, kids, even grannies walk around as skeletons in love, laughing and posing for photos. In cities like Oaxaca, Pátzcuaro, and Mexico City, the streets explode with color. Giant puppets dance. Bands play mournful yet joyful tunes. People carry candles in nighttime processions that light up entire neighborhoods. And the smell of pan de muerto, sweet bread baked only for this season, fills the air. The most surreal part? You feel it. Not just the visuals, but the emotion, the tenderness, the reverence. It's death, yes, but wrapped in beauty, memory, and joy. It's not just something you see, it's something you walk through. Something that pulls you in and makes you feel connected to the past, to the people, to the soul of Mexico itself. Comment with number 9 if you'd love to dress up, light a candle, and walk among the spirits one magical night. Fact number 8. The sidewalk is a runway. Everyday fashion wars. In Mexico, fashion isn't reserved for red carpets. It struts boldly through the streets every single day. From neon-streaked hair to rhinestone cowboy boots, what people wear here is a full-blown expression of identity, rebellion, and pure flair. The sidewalk is the catwalk, and everyone's invited. In cities like Guadalajara and Mexico City, you'll see teens in vintage leather jackets with punk patches walking next to women in high heels and bright floral dresses. Street vendors rock embroidered blouses with snapback caps. Old men wear pressed guayaberas with snakeskin belts. No rules, no apologies, just style. And then come the subcultures, the cholos, the rockabillys, the góticos románticos. In some neighborhoods, it feels like stepping into different decades, all playing at once. There are girls dressed like 1950s pinups, guys with Elvis haircuts, and groups of young women in lace-trimmed Lolita fashion. On the same block, don't be surprised to see someone in full glam at the bakery or wearing glitter eyeliner at the fruit stand. Fashion here isn't about occasion. It's about how you feel. It's about being seen. And in a country where color, drama, and emotion are part of daily life, your clothes are your loudest voice. Even school uniforms get their own flair. Modified hemlines, wild backpacks, statement earrings. It's like everyone agrees. If you're going to walk out the door, you might as well own it. In Mexico, fashion is resistance, romance, and celebration all rolled into one. It's bold, it's local, and it never whispers. Fact number 7. Holy Week goes hardcore. Forget gentle prayers and quiet hymns. Semana Santa in some parts of Mexico is an intense, raw, and almost shocking public display of faith. During this Holy Week, streets turn into biblical stages where devotion walks barefoot, bleeds, and cries under the sun. In places like Taxco and San Luis Potosi, processions don't just involve candles and flowers. Hooded men march through cobbled streets dragging heavy wooden crosses. Some walk with chains tied tied to their ankles. Others whip their bare backs until they're raw, their white robes stained with blood. And no, this isn't performance. It's penitence. It's pain offered up for forgiveness, for promises kept, or sins undone. The atmosphere is thick. Drums beat slowly. Incense burns. No one claps. No one laughs. You just watch and feel your chest tighten. Women dressed in black veils carry statues of the Virgin Mary. Children look on in silence. Tourists lower their cameras. Because here, religion isn't tucked inside a church. It takes over the street, the air, your entire being. Even outside these intense traditions, Holy Week in Mexico is deeply visual. Towns decorate their roads with intricate carpets made of colored sawdust. Entire villages reenact the Passion of Christ, with actors playing Roman soldiers on horseback, real nails, and live crucifixions. It's theatrical, but sacred, and completely unforgettable. This blend of faith and spectacle is unlike anything you've seen. It's beauty and brutality held in perfect tension. A country showing you just how far belief can go. Fact number 6. Street food that bites back. In Mexico, street food isn't just something you eat, it's something you survive. Spicy, sizzling, and soul-shaking, what you'll find on the sidewalks here is a full-blown experience for your senses and your stomach. Imagine this, a tiny cart parked on a busy corner, smoke rising as juicy trompos of al pastor spin on open flames. The scent of grilled meat and pineapple fills the air. The taquero moves with surgical precision. Two tortillas, a slice of meat, a flick of salsa that could melt metal. Con todo? He asks. You nod. Big mistake. Because the salsas? Oh, they look harmless. Green, red, even creamy. But some of them have the power to make grown men weep. Not just spicy, molten. The kind of heat that starts on your lips and travels straight to your soul. But you won't stop. No one does. Not when the food is this good. From crispy quesadillas stuffed with squash blossoms to tlacoyos, gorditas, tacos de canasta, and elotes drenched in mayo, cheese, and chili powder. Mexican street food is messy, loud, and impossible to resist. And it's not just about taste, it's about the ritual. You stand, you eat, you sweat, you smile. Strangers bond over bites. You use your sleeve as a napkin and chase the burn with a cold agua de horchata or a soda in a glass bottle. It's raw, real, and unforgettable. This isn't fast food, it's alive. It crackles, it flares, it grabs you by the tongue and says, "Welcome to Mexico." Comment with number 6 if you dare to eat the mystery salsa just once. Fact number 5. Mexico City's metro, underground theater for the people. Step into the Mexico City metro, and you're not just catching a train. You're entering a circus, a concert, a marketplace, and sometimes a full-blown telenovela. With over 4 million riders a day, it's one of the busiest metros in the world, and easily the most entertaining. Each train car is its own show. One moment, a vendor walks in yelling, "Lleve sus chicles un peso," selling gum, pens, or even flashlight keychains straight from a backpack. The next, someone's blasting music from a portable speaker, turning the aisle into a pop-up concert. You'll hear reggaeton, mariachi, cumbia, or even classical guitar played live, just inches from your face. Actors perform sketches, clowns crack jokes, poets recite verses. Some performers are funny, some are tragic, some are so intense they leave people clapping, crying, or pretending to be asleep. It's impossible to predict. And then there's the style, the fashion, the chaos. Punk kids with neon mohawks, office workers in suits, grandmas with plastic bags full of mangoes, all packed into the same orange metal snake roaring beneath the city. Art is everywhere too. Stations like Bellas Artes and Mixcoac are mini museums filled with murals, sculptures, and historical exhibits. And if you miss your stop, no problem. You just hop off, listen to another song, and maybe buy a phone charger on your way out. Despite the noise, the heat, and the constant movement, there's something magical about this underground world. It's messy, yes, but it's alive. It's Mexico, compressed into a tunnel. Comment with number 5 if you'd ride the metro just for the show. Fact number 4. Wrestling in lucha masks is a sacred street rite. In Mexico, lucha libre isn't just a sport, it's mythology in motion. And you don't need a ticket to the arena to feel its power. All you have to do is walk the streets and spot the masked icons walking among us. Luchadores, those masked warriors of the ring, are national heroes. But their influence goes far beyond wrestling. You'll see their colorful masks hanging in market stalls, painted on murals, and printed on t-shirts. Kids wear them in playgrounds, homes. Teens buy them at corner stores. And during festivals, entire parades are filled with people dressed as their favorite rudos and technicos. The masks are sacred. Each one tells a story of power, identity, revenge, and honor. When a luchador puts on his mask, he becomes someone else. A tiger, a demon, a superhero. And when he loses it in a match, it's not just defeat, it's a public unmasking of his soul. And yes, sometimes these masked figures step into daily life. You might see a luchador doing pull-ups on street bars, taking selfies with kids in a plaza, or even selling tacos at a family stand. That's the magic of lucha in Mexico. It's both fantasy and flesh, legend and reality, all in one. Wrestling matches themselves are a spectacle. Flips, slams, acrobatics, and dramatic plots that rival any movie. The crowds scream like it's life or death. It's not about who wins, it's about who plays the part better, who gets the crowd roaring louder. Lucha Libre is theater. It's tradition. It's resistance with glitter and body slams. Comment with number 4 if you'd wear the mask and join the myth, even just for one night. Fact number 3. Traffic jams turn into dance floors. During parades. In Mexico, traffic doesn't always mean frustration. Sometimes it means music, fireworks, and a spontaneous party in the middle of the street. Because when a parade shows up, everything else stops. Imagine you're in your car, windows down, waiting for the light to turn green. Then you hear it. A burst of brass, the pounding of drums, and cheers getting louder. You look up, and suddenly, a group of dancers in feathered headdresses, swirling skirts, and face paint blocks the road like they own it. And they do. From tiny pueblos to massive cities, desfiles, parades are serious business. They pop up for everything. Religious festivals, saint days, Independence Day, school celebrations, even neighborhood anniversaries. And no matter the reason, they all share one thing: absolute joyful chaos. In places like Oaxaca or San Luis Potosi, the parades aren't just big, they're wild. Think giant papier-mâché puppets towering over the crowd, fireworks spinning dangerously close to spectators, and whole families joining in with tambourines and tequila bottles. The streets become rivers of sound and color. Cars honk, not in anger, but to the beat. Strangers clap along. Tourists start dancing with locals. Vendors sell corn on the cob and candy apples from shopping carts. And no one complains about being late, because this is worth being late for. It's not uncommon for drivers to turn off their engines, step out, and join the party. Kids climb on shoulders. Elders wave from folding chairs. And above it all, there's music. Brassy, loud, unstoppable music. In Mexico, when life gives you a traffic jam, you dance. Fact number 2. Piñata smashing as a national sport. Think piñatas are just for kids? Not in Mexico. Here, breaking a piñata is an art, a ritual, and sometimes a full-on battle. Whether it's a birthday, a village fiesta, or even a Christmas posada, smashing a piñata is the highlight of the party. And it gets wild. Imagine a crowd of people singing at the top of their lungs, "Dale, Dale, Dale, no pierdas el tino," while someone, blindfolded, dizzy, and armed with a stick, tries to whack a giant papier-mâché creature hanging from a rope. But it's not just about hitting it. Oh no. The person holding the rope yanks it up and down, left and right, making the piñata dance, dodge, and taunt the attacker. It's hilarious. It's chaotic. It's war. And these piñatas, they're not all donkeys and stars. In modern Mexico, you'll see them shaped like celebrities, politicians, cartoon characters, or even your ex. Some are handmade masterpieces with intricate designs. Others are slapped together with whatever paper and glue is around. But all of them share one destiny: total destruction. When it finally breaks, candy rains down like a sugary explosion. Kids dive in like it's gold. Adults cheer. Some even fight for the last piece of tamarind candy. It's messy, loud, and unforgettable. In some places, grown-ups have their own piñatas with shots of tequila, mystery envelopes, or spicy snacks inside. There's laughter, music, and always someone who swings too hard and misses everything, including the piñata. This isn't a side activity. It's the main event, a cultural explosion of joy, tension, and candy flying through the air. Fact number 1, midnight serenades and balcony love confessions. In Mexico, romance still walks the streets at midnight, literally. Picture this. A young man stands beneath a balcony, flanked by a mariachi band, strumming a love song under the moonlight. It's called a serenata, and it's one of Mexico's most heart-melting traditions. This is no casual gesture. It's a declaration. The suitor gathers musicians, musicians, often friends too, and shows up unannounced outside the home of the woman he admires. She might be asleep or pretending to be, as the powerful sound of trumpets and guitars floods the street. If she likes what she hears, she'll appear on the balcony. If not, the shutters stay closed. Sometimes, entire neighborhoods watch from their windows. The performance can last one song, or 10. It might even end with a kiss, or at least an invitation to talk. In small towns, this still happens just as it did decades ago. In cities, it's less frequent, but when it happens, it feels like a scene from a telenovela. The most iconic song, Cielito Lindo, with its I, echoing through quiet plazas. But each serenade is unique, depending on the mood, the courage, and the love behind it. This tradition isn't only for the young. It's used for marriage proposals, anniversaries, even apologies. Imagine waking up to a trumpet solo because someone wants you back. Can you believe it? Romance in Mexico doesn't hide. It sings at your window. Comment with number 1 if you'd want a serenade like this someday. And that's it. Mexico like you've never seen it before. If you loved this wild ride, make sure to subscribe and drop a comment. Tell me which fact blew your mind the most. See you in the next adventure.